That's not necessarily the truth. That's just being mean.
Yeah, because then at the end.
All right, so
Like what child does.
check out your notes, please.
So great.
Check out your notes, please.
Where's my binder?
This never.
I leave my binder in here, Mr. Brown.
Probably.
Probably. There's no problem about it.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about proving triangles congruent. Triangles congruent. Okay. So with proving triangles congruent, what we're going to look at is two ways to do that today. The two simplest. We're going to have an assignment that is outside of the book, because I don't like the book's assignment for this. And yeah, we're going to do that today and tomorrow, and then on Wednesday we're going to have a review. So, awesomeness. And Thursday and Friday you're on spring break. Yeah. No, they're not. He's too quiet. Okay, so the two ways that we'll, first let's talk about what congruent means. Congruent for triangles means two triangles with equal sides and equal angles. Equal sides and equal angles. So that's what congruent means. Now, as far as proving that two triangles are congruent, you don't need to have every angle and every side. There are ways that you can prove them congruent faster. So, two ways here for today.
Aren't there those little signs that show you, like if you put on a line or whatever?
I'll talk about those in just a second. So the two ways that you can prove that triangles are congruent are either they have three sides that are congruent, which means that the three angles have to be congruent too. So that's side, 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 or SSS. And then the other one is side, angle, side.
Didn't we talk about this before?
You might have in 8th grade.
I feel like we did
Like this year, because I remember the SSS.
Yeah.
And then the side angle side, I remember that too. I
Okay.
feel like there's one.
Then we're going over it again today. It didn't show up in the book until this chapter. So we might have. I just don't remember.
I'll have to look through my notes.
Because we did do
Okay.
a book assignment on it. I remember that.
Alright. So, if I have two triangles here, draw them out.
Pretty good triangle.
Let me try.
That's pretty solid.
So the way that you can show that two triangles are congruent, or one of the ways, the easiest way, is to show that all three sides are congruent to each other. And if you notice I use a different mark on each side, what those marks mean is that the side with one mark is congruent to the other side with one mark. The side with 2 marks is congruent to any other side with 2 marks. And the side with 3 marks is congruent to any other side with 3 marks. So you can choose that these two triangles here, I'll call them ABC and
XYZ.
JKL. You know that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle JKL because it's side, side, side. So by S, S, S. Because they have all, like, each corresponding side is congruent to the other corresponding side. The other method we're going to talk about today is side, angle, side. I'm going to show you some easy ones first, and then we'll get it a little more complicated.
Can you move it up?
I can. Thank you for asking. Okay, so we'll say that we've got and then over here. So even though you don't know that that third side is congruent to the other third side, because the angle that is connecting those two sides is congruent, that means the two triangles are congruent, Jake.
So wait, what
Yep.
if the bottom is longer, that angle's not the same?
It can't be. So if you have the two triangles fixed with a fixed angle and they're fixed lengths, the side that connects those two has to be the same. If the angle isn't fixed, if the angle could be anything, then yeah, that third side could be anything too.
How do you know that angles are congruent though?
When angles are congruent, you mark it with an arc.
An arc?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you had to put dash.
Not for angles. for angles, single arcs are congruent to single arcs. And if, like, you wanted to, you could also do a double arc congruent to a double arc. Or a triple arc. Yeah, or a triple arc congruent to a triple
Oh,
arc.
so you never draw it through? Oh, I always thought you did dash through the angle.
Some teachers might, but our book doesn't.
Oh.
So I'm going to do it the way that our book does it. Okay, so that's the simplest case. I'm going to give 2 more examples, and we'll start on the assignment. So let's say that we have here, down a little more, because it's just what I'm doing. I'm trying to make it so that you understand the topic. Because you're, yeah. Okay, so Kyle, with the way it is right now, can you prove that those 2 triangles are congruent?
No.
Okay. What would you have to know? And let me label these points here. Let's do.
I think I trust it. Oh crap, that's confusing.
So, what would you have to know in order to prove that the 2 triangles are congruent using side, side, side?
The other side would have to be the
Give me sides. Give me sides by using letters. So side what would have to be congruent to side what?
side. KY would have to be congruent to IE.
That's already shown.
Oh, then side KL would have to be congruent to side LE.
Good. Could I say that L is the midpoint of KE, and would that do the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay, because midpoint means 2 congruent parts, right? Okay, Austin.
Yeah.
What would you have to prove in order to say that those 2 triangles are congruent using side angle side? What 2 angles would have to be congruent?
Why not?
Good. Exactly right. And then you could use side angle side. So if you wanted to do for side, 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 you need.
How would you do it for side angle side? Are we doing that next?
No, Austin just told me.
Oh.
So, and then for side angle side, you would need to know that angle Y is congruent to angle I.
That's easy.
That's what we're doing here. That's it. So you guys are going to have a worksheet for today. And then tomorrow we'll do one that contains almost all of chapter 9. Wednesday we're going to do a review. Next Monday we'll do another review. And then next Tuesday we'll have a test on chapter 9. Okay? Sweet.